Welcome to this explainer. Look, today we're tracking the journey of a business dollar. But really, our main focus is on the way of saving money. Because having an amazing idea, like say launching a killer direct-to-consumer brand or a new SaaS platform, that's great. You've got the passion and the vision. But the massive roadblock right at the starting line? Funding. Let's figure out how to navigate that.
So as you're weighing your options, trying to funnel in new investments or just, build a little umbrella for a rainy day, the core tension becomes super clear. You need money to make money. It's the classic founder's paradox. But the bigger questions are, how do you find those initial funds? And crucially, once that cash starts trickling in, how do you actually manage it so you can retain your earnings and stay afloat? It is not just about acquiring cash, it's about holding on to it.
Okay, here's our roadmap for the dollar's journey. We're going to quickly cover what business finance is, where the money comes from, revenue versus profit, mastering cash flow, essential reports, and why this all actually matters. Let's just dive right in.
Section 1. What is business finance? We will start with the absolute basics.
Every single business, whether you're a solo freelancer or a massive tech giant, basically has two main goals when you boil it down. Goal 1, earn more money, obviously. But goal 2 is where the real magic happens, spending that money wisely. The absolute crucial point here is that finance isn't just about the top line. The true way of saving money is by spending intelligently and planning carefully. If you only focus on the earnings side, you're literally just pouring water into a leaky bucket. You've got to plug those holes.
To patch that bucket, you have to ask a few key questions. How much money do we actually need? Where do we get it? And how should we spend it? And get this. A U.S. bank study actually found that 82% of small businesses that fail do so because of poor cash flow management. 82%! That is wild. You absolutely must have a strategic plan for every single dollar, or even the most disruptive ideas are going to crash and burn.
Moving right along to Section 2, where money comes from.
Before you can manage and save your capital, you got to get it in the door, right? Depending on your stage, you might rely on one of these 5 sources. You've got personal savings, literally betting on yourself, bank loans, which give you capital, but remember, you're paying that back with interest. Investors, who will write a check but take a slice of your equity. Government grants, which is amazing non-dilutive funding if you can actually snag it. And of course, crowdfunding. Listen, choosing the right source early on is your very first step in the way of saving money long-term. Taking a high-interest loan when you could have crowdfunded, that can totally sink your margins before you even launch.
All right, Section 3, revenue versus profit.
This is one of the biggest, most common mistakes beginners make. It's so easy to confuse the gross money coming in with the net money you actually keep. We have to separate the illusion from reality here. Revenue is all the money your business earns. If you run an agency, it's every dollar a client wires you. But profit is what's left over after paying all your expenses, the software subscriptions, the rent, payroll, the whole shebang. Revenue looks incredibly impressive in a press release for sure, but profit is the true measure of a sustainable business.
Let's put some real numbers to this to make it crystal clear. Imagine you sell $10,000 worth of products in a single month. You're looking at your dashboard like, wow, a 10K month. We are crushing it. But actually, your expenses, manufacturing, shipping, customer acquisition, they total $7,000. So that $3,000 left over, that is your actual profit. It's the cash you retained. If your ultimate goal is the way of saving money, you should be constantly hunting for ways to widen that gap between revenue and expenses to maximize that bottom line number.
Section 4. Mastering cash flow.
We talked about profit, but there is a hidden killer in business finance, and it is called cash flow. Cash flow is simply the timing of money moving in and out of your business. You've got money in, customer payments, loans, and money out, salaries, rent, inventory. This dynamic right here is exactly why businesses that are super profitable on paper can still go under. Imagine closing a massive enterprise contract, but the client has 60-day payment terms. Meanwhile, your server costs and your developer salaries, those are due tomorrow. If the money out drains your accounts before the money in arrives, you run out of cash and the business stops, period. It is all about timing.
Section 5. Essential financial reports.
To prevent that catastrophic timing mismatch from happening, we need tools for a reality check.
There are 3 simple statements that act as a dashboard for your company's financial health. Your balance sheet is a snapshot of what you own and what you owe at any given moment. The income statement tracks revenue, expenses, and net profit over time, and your cash flow statement shows exactly how cash is moving through the business, so you know you have the liquidity to pay tomorrow's bills. Honestly, you don't need to be a CPA to read these. You just need to know how to scan this dashboard to find savings opportunities and avoid driving off a financial cliff.
Finally, Section 6, Why Finance Matters. Let's talk about why mastering all this isn't just some tedious paperwork you blindly pass off to a bookkeeper. It's the ultimate key to protecting your dream. When you intimately understand your numbers, you make better decisions. You avoid toxic debt because you know exactly what your margins can afford. You can plan for growth confidently. And most importantly, you build a financial buffer for emergencies, because trust me, in business, things will definitely go wrong. Ultimately, mastering these mechanics is the surest way of saving money and protecting your long-term growth. Even the massive Fortune 500 companies constantly monitor these exact same fundamentals. If you remember literally nothing else from today, I want you to remember this. Finance isn't about complicated math. It's about understanding how money moves. That is the golden rule you need to take away from this explainer. You do not need a graphing calculator or an advanced degree in economics. Just knowing exactly how capital enters your business, where it goes, and how to keep it in your accounts puts you leagues ahead of the competition who are just, guessing.
So as we wrap up this journey following the business dollar, I want to leave you with a provocative thought. Are you just trying to make money, or are you actually managing it to guarantee your future success? Take a really hard look at your current operations or your next big startup idea. The more you embrace the way of saving money and truly understand your financial flow, the more unstoppable your business will become. Keep learning, keep tracking, and I'll catch you on the next explainer.